Hey, Soul viewers, Big Ronnie here. Another episode of the Soul Stay at Home series where we get into the rabbit holes and the foxholes and the quarantine situations that our favorite artists are currently finding themselves having to deal with. So today is April 27th, year of the quarantine 2020. If you'd like to support us, please take a look at our Patreon page, Patreon.com/Soul Magazine. We definitely appreciate our two sponsors at the moment. JT, thank you for the assistance and help. We appreciate it. And now let's talk about one of our favorite street artists, Dirt Cobain. What's up, buddy?
What up? How you doing?
You are the most wrapped up. We've had some people in sunglasses, but you look like you're ready to hit a wall.
I just wanted to have I got my street art gear. I just wanted to art / Corona gear, playing it super safe because I don't know where you've been, big guy.
I've been right here trying to bring the content to the viewers. We're doing what we
Awesome.
can. Honestly, I'm trying not to go crazy over here. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I think I got for me it's like I have my good days and my bad days, but I feel like that's life in general, even without this shit going on. It's like you have good days and you have bad days. So for me, it's like mind over matter, just trying to take advantage of the time and trying to really make the most of it, to be honest with you, just trying to be productive and trying to stick to my usual schedule, basically, just trying to just stay as normal as I possibly can, just like making art, trying to do, just trying to keep it going, you know what I mean? And not really, just trying not to pay attention to the negative stuff and, just trying to keep it moving and doing my thing like I always do, basically,
See, I think that you said keep it normal. Your normal is controversial to begin with the topics that you paint, the words that you use. But I feel like it's all just counterculture opinion. I think it's more relevant now than ever.
Yeah, I think some of my some of the quotes that I use and some of my designs have been a bit more relevant to what's going on right now. And I've actually, I'm sure you might have seen, I thrown in a couple of like, what day is it? And, because I'm sure everybody's at least up a couple of times and been like, yo, day is it? You know what I mean? So I'm just, like trying to like have fun with it, I guess, So yeah, I've thrown in like a new couple design is it. I threw in like, because I know like when 2020 hit, a lot of people were like, this is going to be my year. And even for me personally, I had a lot of big plans this year. A lot of those plans have either been postponed or so yeah, I'm just trying to bring a little bit of light to the situation and just trying to do it in my style, like kind of have fun with it and address it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I mean, it would be big difference if you were a portrait painter today.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I think my style's already kind of has that like fun, edgy, grimy kind of vibe, and I could like play around with it and try new things, and I feel like right now is the time to try new things, to try different things, or to try things that I, put on the back burner in the past, you know what I mean? Just like, for me, like I said, even though when I have my bad days here and there, or, because there's days where I wake up and I'm just like, yo, fuck this shit. And, but for the most part, I just try to, keep a positive attitude and just, trying to stay focused and just do what I know, like, day, basically.
I mean, I feel like with your personality and the fact that you're primarily text messages, I think you have like limitless stuff right now. Like the keep the fuck back piece is dope.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Wash your damn hands piece is dope.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Where did that image come from?
Man. Like I don't know, man. Like honestly, too, like in a good way, sitting at home and I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, like I'm sitting at home smoking weed and just like kind of like making little jokes to myself and like laughing at my own shit like I always do. And that's kind of where I come up with some of this shit, you know. I'm just like when I did that Step the Fuck Back jacket, you know, it was really, I went to the grocery store one day and I had to pick up some essential items and and I was giving the proper 6 feet of space to the person in front of me, but the person behind me wasn't giving me 6 feet. I was just like, yo, like I just like wanted to tell this guy, like, dude, just like fucking step back, dude. And then I just like, you know, I'm just like, oh shit, that's a good idea. I'm just gonna like make it on the back of the jacket so it like speaks for itself. So I don't have to really step the fuck back. Like the jacket will say it for me. You know what I mean?
You look mean as hell with that shot on the corner with the respirator and everything on.
Shout out to my roommate for that photo. You know, because I don't really look that cool in real life. So he was able to make me look cooler than I really am, you know.
Now, where are you quarantining? What neighborhood?
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So yeah, I just, you know, I'm just trying to follow the rules and do my part, and I'm trying to be courteous of others, and you know, just trying to be safe for myself as well. You know, I mean, I feel like I personally might be in the safe bracket with all of this stuff. You know, I mean, I think I'm pretty healthy, but with that, I'm still being courteous of others. I'm still, you know, wearing gloves when I go out. I'm still like, you know, only going out if I absolutely have to. You know, I'm not like just down and doing stuff like that. You know, so I'm trying to take it pretty serious, just more so out of respect for others. You know, because I wouldn't want anybody, you know, walking around like my parents' name, stuff like that, and not take it serious. So I got to kind of, you know what I mean, be courteous of others, you know.
Dirt Cobain for the children.
Always.
Now
Dirt Cobain is for the future.
Let's talk about what you're listening to. What do you what's on the headphones while you're working?
Same old shit that I always listen to. You know, I always got like my Mac Dre, definitely a lot of Nipsey Hussle, a lot of Bay Area rap. But I've also found myself going back, digging into music from like about 10 years, like 2010 roughly, like a lot of like that blog house stuff. Like I've been digging through like some old Justice, like some old remixes, like Kill the Noise, Crookers, just a lot of blog house stuff from like 10 years ago. I don't know. I just kind of found myself digging through that kind of music, and I know a lot of people are doing this as well, like, you know, bringing back like old memories of like, oh, summer 2010, like Party Under Hotel in like downtown LA or like shit like that. So just kind of like digging up old music that I haven't really heard in a long time, and it's kind of like bringing back like some feel good vibes for me, and, you know, just stuff that I could like jam out to while I'm painting or whatever. So, you know, now same old shit. Like, you know, for me, my even though I do like a lot of different types of music, but my music collection is actually very like, you know, small, I guess, because I always just play like the same shit over and over and over again. And anyone that like hangs out with me, you know, often kind of knows that about me. You know, I just play like the same handful of songs over and over again.
Let me speak to Erica with this one. Remind me to give you the link to the Dirt Cobain LA hip hop playlist that I curated one day for him while he was working a wall. We still listen to that every now and then. The Feeling Myself by Mac Dre, that's a banger.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one's definitely rotation for me as well through all this stuff.
Now, besides the new phrases you're working on, are we trying to add any skills to the repertoire? Any new techniques? Anything new you're playing with?
You know, like I did dabble in watercolor recently. You know, I did a release of the Quarantine watercolor series, and that was one of those things that I've been wanting to really get in and mess with for a while. And I just, you know, it's like, so, I mean, I think most artists would probably agree with me. It's like sometimes I think of ideas and it's like, oh yeah, I want to make a watercolor, and then I just think of it, but I don't actually take action on it. It just becomes an idea and kind of just gets like put on the back burner. So during this time, I was able to like really get into it. Basically, I was able to like sit down, get the watercolor, and make myself mess around with that like that. I have a couple other things, that I have planned that I'm working on, but for the most part, like when I do some of this stuff, like when I make the Step the Fuck Back jacket, it's like a lot of this shit is just like spontaneous. It's like, like that day I went to the grocery store, I thought of the idea, I came home and did it like, so sometimes it's like spontaneous, I knock it out right away. And then other times like the watercolor thing, that's something I've been wanting to do for like 2 years now. So I and like I said, I guess there's some good stuff coming out of the quarantine because it makes me sit down and do the projects that I've been wanting to do for a long time that I haven't done yet, so that's good. That's a good thing. And I feel like, with all this like quarantine stuff, I feel like basically like the pause, and it's almost like you have all the time in the world right now to do whatever you want. So, if you want to, be the type of person who is just like, oh, fuck this, sucks, it's bullshit, or you just want to like get drunk all day and just like, that's cool, whatever. But, or you could actually use this time in a positive way and, just like focus on yourself, do something new, stay productive. I mean, if you just kind of like focus on doing something, I feel like this could be a good time right now, like you could try something new, you could pick up a new hobby, I don't know, so for me, I'm just, because I'm always like usually by myself anyways, I kind of just stay out anyway. So, I'm just trying to be productive. But I will say this though, it's like I do stay home a lot and I like to stay home, but it's really only cool to stay home when they don't tell you to stay home. It's like when they tell you to stay home, that's when you're like, oh fuck, I don't want to stay home. So and I think a lot of people would probably agree with me on that one.
I think you're absolutely right. This is, it all depends. What happens in life is how you look at it. This is an ideal everybody says, the only thing I don't have is time. I always need more time. If I only had the time. Well, everyone, you have the time right now. I have organized and reorganized just about every collection I have, trying to sell things and move things, just little projects that I've had on the back burner. I'm sure every household is like that. I'm sure every room is like that. What's something non-art related that you banged out recently?
Something non-art related. You know what? I did actually, like, I have so much clothes and so much shoes that I don't ever wear, like I buy like fucking like Nikes and Jordans and shit. And like, I don't ever wear them. So like, I just kind of put a lot of this stuff up online to see if I could sell them. So that was like a non-art related thing that I did, just kind of like some spring cleaning and putting some stuff online that I don't use. And like, so that's kind of cool. Just to kind of, there's that. And then I've also just been trying to like eat better as well. That's another thing. I've just been like focused on a better diet, trying to build up my immune system and, drink plenty of water, fresh juice every day and all that kind of stuff. And I don't mind that, Huh?
What are you cooking?
I mean, when I'm here at the house, I don't know. I haven't been, I definitely cut out meat. So I've been more on like plant-based diet, more or less. I mean, and I was actually doing that since November. And then, they were saying that that's probably better for you during all this stuff anyway with the corona going on. So I was like, well, hey, I already got a kickstart on that. So yeah, when I'm at the house, I just like keep it simple, but just try to like eat clean, eat healthy, like no junk food, plenty of water, no sodas, no beer. I cut out the booze too for this quarantine thing as well.
Attaboy.
I mean, I've been smoking weed and doing all that shit because, whatever. But, so just trying to be a little bit more health conscious, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I think that's good,
All right. Question out of left field.
All right, let's hear it.
The director calls today and says, Dirt, We wrote the story about your life, and I got this actor to play it. Which is the one that makes you jump out of your head?
What do you mean?
Who plays you in your story?
Who's the actor? Who's gonna play
Who
Dirt
plays
Cobain?
Dirt?
Johnny Depp.
Wow.
Even though, I mean, I think Johnny Depp, he might be able to capture a little bit of the coolness of the real Dirt Cobain. So I think we got to give it to someone like Johnny Depp, or maybe like Antonio Banderas or something like that.
I think Rami Malek could pull you up.
So tell Johnny Depp, if he wants to play the role of Dirt Cobain, to holler at me.
Erica, let him know. Let Johnny Depp know, okay? All right, what's the one thing you miss? Where would you go right now if you could?
All right, the one thing I miss, that's a good question, because I think I miss a lot. I think the one thing that I miss is, that's a tough one. It's probably just, okay, so like I said, I do stay home a lot, but I also, I didn't realize how much, and I think a lot of people are realizing that, like, you don't realize how much you do shit on a regular basis until this happens. So I kind of miss, I guess I miss just being able to go places, because even though I stay home a lot, it's like I still got to go to the art store like every other day usually to pick up supplies. I still have to do like post office, which I've been doing the post office thing, and that's kind of a nightmare right now. But I think I miss being able just to go like and walk around, because I do like to get out once a day and like get fresh air, and I like to get sun and like just get out. So I kind of miss just being able to like get out and walk around, but that's it. And I miss seeing my friends too, because I think like when all this kind of happened, I thought maybe like some of the homies would still be down to like hang out and get together, but it seems like most people are really just like locked down, so it's like, fuck, it wouldn't be so bad if I could just link up with some of you guys and like smoke a blunt, even something as simple as that, just to like hang around with other people and get that human interaction and like laugh and it's just bullshit. I kind of miss that, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm just really focused on myself right now, because you have to be, it's like you have no other choice, you have to, you're by yourself, so you either gonna use that time wisely and use it as a benefit and make yourself better, or try to do something new, or you're just gonna sit here and like just count the days like a fucking prisoner, just like like. So I just think for me, I'm just really just trying to focus on making the most of this time and making art, and like still just stick to my script, and you know what I mean, like do some t-shirts and stickers and the shit that I usually do.
Your is this a good time or a bad time for the pin game? Because your pin game is strong.
You know what, I don't know, I think it's hard to kind of call right now. It's hard to like project, I think, and I've talked to like a few other people, but I've had I've been doing pretty good. I've been selling some art, and I think a lot of people, maybe because they're stuck at home, they might want to get art on their walls now. Maybe they're like, hey, I'm going to be here like for a while, so maybe it's time to hang some art. The pin game, I don't know. I haven't really dropped any pins in a couple months, so I don't know. But I think people like still want some art. People still want to get a cool t-shirt. So I think that it's still kind of moving. It's just obviously it's not like like the whole economy is not as booming as it was. But I think people are still checking for like new t-shirts and new pins and new merch and new artwork and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Is now the time to push on that, or is now the time to lower prices for you?
I don't know. I'll do both. Like I'll push, and then I'll if somebody hits me up, and I'm always willing to work with someone. If someone reaches out to me and says, hey, I want a shirt, but I don't have all, maybe they're going through a tough time, I'm like, yo, just let me know what you can do, and I'll usually make it work with anybody if they really want something of mine, and if they're going through a tough time and I'll work with people definitely, like, I just, yeah, I mean, so this goes for anybody that's watching this or that will watch this. It's like, hey, if you like my art, or if you see something of mine that you like and maybe it's a bit out of your price range, just hit me up. And if you're really passionate and you really want it, I'll work with you for sure, because I know how it is to go through tough times. I know how it is, so I'm always willing to work with people, definitely,
That's great. Now, Dirt, what do you think? Let's you're being very optimistic on this chat, and I like it. Very positive. What do you think is going to come of this? How do you think New York is going to the New York art scene is going to rebound from this?
Well, that's a good question, because I think I think there's going to be a lot of let me see, how do I word this? I think, considering that this is a tough time, or trying times, as they're saying, which I think that's funny, trying times. But I think it's good because, like, now I feel that the fact that a lot of the art stores are closed and that there's no art shows really going on and everyone's kind of like confined to themselves, it's almost just like you and your creativity. So it's like, okay, now what can you do with the resources that you already had at your house before this whole shutdown happened? It's like, so I think it's like, for artists, I think it's like a real test in a sense. It's like, all right, so now you don't really have much to work with. You only have you and your creativity. So now it's like, let's see what you can really do, and I think it's going to make or break I think some artists will take this time and use it wisely and possibly, excel and, maybe come out of this thing a little bit more bigger than they were. And I feel like other artists, they might snap, they might fold. So I think with this thing going on, it's kind of like a true test of like, make it or break it. It's like, now that you really got to work with what you have, it's almost like, let's see what you got. Can you come up with new stuff? Can you be creative? Can you use the resource? Like me, when this whole shit lockdown went, I didn't really have that much canvases or paint at my house. So I literally just started taking apart all the fucking skateboards at my house and painting on the skateboards. It's like, you got to get creative. You got to work with what you have at hand. So I think some people that might be good, others that might be bad, because like I said, it's a true test of creativity. It's like, what can you do but just you and like, nothing else, you know what I mean? So I feel like, yeah, some artists are going to excel and maybe others not so much, it's like a real test of what you can do. And to me, like, I like shit like that, because when it's like make it or break it, that's when I turn up my hustle. I just like go mode, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck around. So I love a good challenge, you know what I mean? Because I like to test myself and see what I could do, like, and I'm not gonna lie, when this shutdown first happened, I was like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? It's like, oh shit. But then I just have to like kind of put my mind over matter and be like, you know what, just work with what I got, try some new stuff, and just go back to just like on with it, you know what I mean? And be genuine and be honest and be real. And I think that when you are genuine and you are honest and you are real, people will see that and they'll gravitate towards it, and I think now's the perfect, I think right now is the perfect time to be real, because people are looking for something authentic. People want something authentic, with all the fucking bullshit and nonsense going on. People are going to gravitate towards something that's authentic, so yeah, I think that the art scene, along with everything else, will probably be a little bit different after all this. I don't think we're going to probably see any art shows for the rest of the year. I don't think we're going to have too much outdoor events for the rest of the year. So now's the time to focus on yourself and build up your brand or build up your name or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? I think you have all the time in the world right now to focus on yourself, get, maybe take a little bit of time to think of a plan or think of you know, what your next move wants to be, and then just attack, you know.
Now, is this a good time for you? Because you've been a master of collabs in the past. Are you working with anybody now?
No, not really. I honestly, like I said, I just really am just trying to take this time to focus on myself, you know, because if you know, if they extend this lockdown or whatever you want to fucking call it, and you know, and if you're gonna be by yourself, I'm just like, I honestly just really been focusing on like, all right, what can Dirt Cobain do by himself, you know? Because if it were to really ever like hit the fan and you were just really by yourself, you know, so I've kind of just been focused on my own stuff, and some people have hit me up for collaborations, and you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm still gonna do my collaborations with Outer Source. I'm still gonna do, you know, the people that like are in my immediate circle, but I'm not really like, you know, reaching out to like people that I've never met before, or you know, or people that I never met in person. If they reach out to me, I'm just kind of keeping it like, you know, to myself or to like my immediate circle, to people that I've already worked with in the past. You know what I mean?
What if a big boy reaches out and wants to work with you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like that's a hypothetical question. I don't know. Like if Shepard Fairey calls me or something, and yeah, maybe I'll do something with him.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, brother. Listen, thank you very much for your time. I always love chopping it up with you. It's good to see that you're positive. Good to see you're lean and mean and eating right and working. It's inspiring. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for reaching out, and I hope everything is good with you guys as well. And you know, I mean, when this is over, or when everybody kind of can get back to normal, we'll definitely have to link up and smoke a blunt or something like that. You know what I mean?
Can't wait. Let everybody, let our viewers know where they can find you online.
You can check out my website. It's mostly just for merch and artwork. DirtCobain.com, Instagram @DirtCobain, all one word. Yeah, like hit me up through there. I'm pretty active on there, so if you reach out to me, send me a message. I can usually get back to you within a day or so, probably sooner. Yeah, so just check me out online, and I hope everybody stays safe and stays positive and stays focused, you know?
And there you have it from Dirt Cobain. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Later.
You're the best.
Bye.
Bye.